Hello, today we are going to draw a sloth. A sloth is basically my spirit animal. Chill, relaxed, and just slowly waiting for summer. So we are going to be using this creature as our inspiration. All right, let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna wanna do is make sure that our paper is in landscape mode. That means straight across. And then we are gonna be making our sloth hanging from a branch, and it's just gonna be chilling, waiting for summer to start, but it's almost here. So I made a practice sketch like I did last week. I wanted to practice it, and I drew my little sloth here. I tested out the colors, and then I even tried doing a sloth dabbing. You don't have to add that part. I just wanted to try some different poses. All right, but I kind of like the one where he's just hanging from the tree, just relaxing, waiting for the summer to start. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So the first thing I need to draw my sloth is my Sharpie, and you could use a pencil, a pen, whatever you feel comfortable with. And we're gonna start our sloth, just like we start all of our pictures, in the center of our paper. And we're gonna use all of the shapes and lines that we have practiced all year. So the first shape that I'm going to draw is for the sloth's head. And the sloth's head is basically an oval. So we're gonna draw an oval shape. So towards this side of my paper, I'm going to draw an oval. But my oval is gonna be a little bit tilted this way. So make my oval right here. Just like that. So it's basically like an oval that was standing up straight and got tipped over. But if you make yours in a different position, that's totally fine. So now after we made the head, we're going to make the body. When you're making an animal, it's always best to draw all of the biggest shapes first and then go in and draw your details. So we have the head, and now the next thing we're gonna draw is the body. So we are gonna draw a line from this part of the head right here, and it's gonna come out straight, horizontal line going towards this side of your paper, and then this is gonna be for his chest. And then we're gonna have this line go down and around and back up, and it's going to touch our sloth's head, just like that. Kind of looks like a jelly bean right now. So now we have the head and the body. And before we draw the rest of our sloth, we need a place for our sloth to be hanging out, and they usually hang out up in the trees. So I'm gonna draw a really long branch above my sloth. So I'm gonna draw a wavy line going from this side of the paper to the other side of the paper. And then another wavy horizontal line just to bubble it out. So now I have the stick, well, not really a stick, the branch that the sloth is going to hang on. And now we're going to make the arms and the legs. And those are super simple to draw. So we're gonna draw the back leg first. And what we're going to do is it's gonna come out from this side. It's gonna go up, touch the branch. It's gonna go over the branch, this line. It's gonna come back down to the body, just like that. And if yours looks a little bit different, that's okay. And then I'm gonna make the sloth's arm on this side, and it's gonna be the same kind of curvy shape going up. So underneath his chin right here, I'm gonna draw a line that goes up, around the branch, and then back down to his body. So we have the leg, the arm, his head, and then the body right here. We need to draw the other hands and the leg. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw a vertical line from his cheek up to the branch. So that's going to be for his arm, and then we're going to make his other leg. So same kind of line. So a little bit out further from his leg, and we're going to go up, and we're going to touch that branch right there, and that's going to make his other leg. To make the claws that they use to hang up onto the branches, we're going to use curvy lines. So I'm gonna make backward C shapes. So 1, 2, 3. They're just curvy lines, and those are gonna make his claws, and that's how they hang onto the trees. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side, curvy backward C. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Got our claws. And now we can start to add the rest of the details, specifically his face or her face. So inside our oval, we're gonna draw kind of like the mask part of his face because it's a little bit lighter shade, and then it's around the eyes. He's got a big nose and that big mouth that looks like a smile. So to get the look of the face, I'm going to make in the middle of his head, on his forehead, it's gonna be kind of like a V shape, a long V that's been stretched out. And then it's gonna go around his whole face. Just like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to draw his eyes. And the eyes are inside kind of like an oval. So from this side of his face and this side of his face, I'm just gonna draw, you know what would probably be easier? Let's draw his eyes first. So I'm gonna draw an eye here. So just an oval and an eye here. And then we're gonna draw that shape around the eye. Just like that, they kind of like fingers. And then for his nose, it's just another oval shape. And if you want to put the nostrils, you can. I just put 2 little dots. And then for the smile, you're gonna come out from the nose, you're gonna go all the way up to have that big smile. And then if you want, you can add a little bit of fuzz for the top of the head. And we'll also add some more details when we're coloring. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna color in his eyes. So I'm gonna use a little bit thicker marker. I'm gonna make a circle inside both of the eyes and then just color around it. I'm actually going to leave his nose like that. Oh, I want to color his claws. They have black claws. And I'm just making them kind of like hooks. Perfect. And now I'm just going to add some color. All right, so now I'm going to add more color. I'm gonna add the texture of the fur. I'm gonna use a gray. And to do the texture of the fur, I'm just gonna make lines like this, like hash lines. And it's gonna add color, but also add that texture of the fur. And remember, texture is how something looks like it feels or how something actually feels. And we wanna give him some fluffy fur. If you wanted to just color him in regularly, you can, but I think the texture makes it look really nice. And these lines are going up in the direction of his arms and legs. So a line of hash marks, another line, and then just working your way up. And then for the body, we're gonna have the lines going in an opposite direction. So we had them going up and down vertically before, so now we're gonna have them go horizontally. All right, so I finished coloring in my sloth. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add the details for the trees. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start coloring this in, and then I'm gonna add some leaves. And then I'm gonna do swirly marks for the tree, but you can color in your tree any way you want. All right, so the sloth is done. I colored in the tree branch. I see that there's a lot of white space. Now you could leave it white if you wanted to, but I want to add a little bit more to my picture. So I'm gonna add another tree in the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a curvy line that's coming from this corner of the paper. It's gonna go behind our sloth and up and kind of crisscross with this first branch that we drew. And it's just gonna give a little bit more interest to our picture and kind of fill up inside that empty white space. And I can draw some more branches going up. And we can add some more leaves. All right, so I finished adding my extra tree branch and my leaves. If you wanted to add more details, you can, or you could just leave it the way it is. I had a really good time drawing the sloth today. I hope you did too. Have a great day.